Hello friends, welcome to Inside Cycle Initiative. In today's video, we are going to discuss about weekly current affairs. This is going to be the week number 30. In case if you miss out previous weekly current issues, you can find in the playlist named as weekly current affairs. There you can find the previous 29 weeks current issues in case if you miss out. Now, without any further delay, in these today's videos, we are going to discuss about following 7 topics. We starts with the Global Biodiversity Framework Fund and we will follow. So for each and every topic, first I will explain briefly about that particular topic and we will go through the notes. Okay. Now, first one regarding the Global Biodiversity Framework Fund. So this is regarding the fund related to promote the biodiversity at a global level. You know that biodiversity is all about promoting diversity of living organisms. This diversity can be differ at different different places. That is the reason we have specific biodiversity hotspots as well. Okay. So to promote the biodiversity at a global level, this Global Biodiversity Framework Fund, Global Biodiversity Framework Fund was established. What is this fund is all about? This fund is all about 200 billion per every year to promote the biodiversity at global level. Meanwhile, so tell me students, in India, is there any law made by the parliament which is related to biodiversity? If there is anything, just put your answer in the comment section. Now this Global Biodiversity Framework Fund, it is tried to raise around 200 billion per every year. Not only that, this fund is having some objectives such as to conserve around 30% of biodiversity on land, 30% of biodiversity in ocean, and to reduce the invasive species by 50%. Invasive species means a plant or animal which is not native to particular habitat, that is known as invasive species. And finally, raising funds regarding the 200 billion per year. So this global biodiversity framework fund, it was adopted in COP15 related to biodiversity. COP15 biodiversity, it was conducted in 2 phases. First one, it was happened in Kunming, China, and second one in Montreal, Canada. Let's see the first meeting of Global Biodiversity Framework Fund. Recently, they held a meeting in Washington DC and they set rules regarding the implementation of this fund. This fund is about increasing the funding availability to achieve the goals we discussed in the Kunming Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework. This is nothing but COP15 Biodiversity Summit. And this fund is ratified by 186 countries and launched in 2023 at the 7th Global Environment Facility Assembly, which held in Vancouver, Canada. Next, so this Global Biodiversity Framework Fund, for this World Bank acting as a trustee. And about this fund, COP15 Montreal Protocol, there we adopted, and the main objectives of this fund is to conserve 30% of the land and 30% of the sea biodiversity and reduce the invasive species by 50%. If you know any popular invasive species in India, put that in the comment section. Okay. Next, we are going to discuss about Prime Minister Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana. This is regarding the solar electricity. You know students, Government of India trying to encourage solar electricity or solar energy production in various forms. They are, for example, solar parks. By setting up of the solar parks, each solar park is going to generate around 500 megawatts of the solar energy. And the second one is PM Ajay, okay, Atal Jyoti Yojana. Through that, the solar electrification of the street lamps, that is also one form. And this PM Kusum related to the electricity, solar electricity generation by even the farmers. Apart from that, Government of India is also encouraging the rooftop solar energy production as well. That rooftop solar energy production is related to this. This scheme is encouraging the rooftop solar energy production. Through that, a particular household, they can save around 300 units per month. 300 units per month. And this is going to be achieved in 1 crore family households. That is the main objective of this particular scheme. Prime Minister recently launched Prime Minister Surya Ghar Mufti Bijli Yojana to provide 300 units of free electricity per month. You know that friends, by 2070, India is trying to achieve the net zero carbon levels. To achieve that, we have to take various initiatives like this. About this particular scheme, it aimed mainly to promote solar power and sustainable development, which involves investments around 75,000 crores. By giving subsidies, Government of India is going to invest around 75,000 crores in this particular project, and it is going to be implemented in both urban level as well as the rural level as well. And expected benefits obviously, so we can save around each household by saving up 300 units, they can easily save around 15 to 18,000 rupees annually over the period of time, and that energy can be used to charge electric vehicles. You know that nowadays the usage of electric vehicles are getting increased, and even some people, they can sell the solar energy to grids, so that entrepreneurship opportunities can also be improved, and overall employment opportunity also will be improved in the solar panel manufacturing and various other sectors related to this. So this is about the topic number 2. Another third topic, India is, India already applied to get a full membership in the International Energy Agency. Okay, already India is associated member of International Energy Agency. Now India is trying to get full membership in the International Energy Agency. Actually, so now International Energy Agency, they also announced that they are considering India's request for full membership. There are certain conditions to get full membership in this particular thing. Actually, why India has to get full membership in the IEA? Because India is one of the global economy, and it is a fastly growing economy, and India is serving the global energy needs, and of course India's energy usage also affect the global climate. Because of all these reasons, India must get full membership in the International Energy Agency. The conditions, the requirements are, to get full membership in the IEA, energy needs of a particular country, the country should have at least 90 days sufficient oil reserves. That means they should be able to have the storage capacity of crude oil which can be served up to 90 days. But at the moment India is having only around 10 days. But how can we achieve this requirement? Apart from the strategic petroleum reserves, India is also having some crude oil with the oil refinery and crude oil depots and all these things. When you include all of them, then India's oil reserve can we can cater up to around 60 to 66 days. And apart from that, a country legislation should be in such a manner that whenever they require information from the oil refinery, that oil refinery should be able to produce that information to government, as India is having such kind of legislations. So because more or less India is fulfilling largely to the conditions of IEA, now IEA also admitted that they are considering giving full membership to India. Now let's see, the International Energy Agency, they are going to consider India's request to full membership in these particular organizations by considering India's growing economy, population, and India's role in the global energy and climate challenges. This IEA, the council, which includes 31 member countries, and they announced this decision during their ministerial meeting in Paris. This is the 50th anniversary event of IEA. India joined IEA as an associate member in 2017, and India applied for full membership in 2023. Criteria to get IEA membership: OECD membership, and crude oil reserves must be equivalent to 90 days. At the moment India is having only 9.5 days. But combining all these crude oil reserves with oil refineries, we can achieve around 66 days. Then the country should able to match with the demand restraint program. That means it should able to reduce national oil consumption by 10%. Of course, India is trying to fulfill this by encouraging the non-renewable energy sources and legislative measures. A country should have laws so that they can ensure oil companies under their jurisdiction, they can give report upon whenever the government requests. India is having such kind of legislations. So more or less, like I said earlier, India is trying to fulfill the majority of the requirements to get membership in this IEA. And this IEA, the headquarters of IEA, Paris, it established in 1974. This year they are celebrating the 50th anniversary. Membership are the 31 countries. And World Energy Outlook is one of the popular publication published by this IEA on annual basis. Now as we are discussing IEA, Tell me students, where is the headquarters of IAEA, International Atomic Energy Agency? And what is its nickname? What is the other name of the IAEA? Okay, there is a very popular name, alternative name to IAEA as well. What is that name? Okay, comment below the video. Next one is regarding Eastern Himalaya Ecoregion Complex. Actually, now we are going to discuss about an ecosystem which spreads across Nepal and India. That is the Terai Arc landscape. One of the UN associate program. Actually, we are going to discussing about one program. The program name is UN World Restoration Flagship. What is the main intention of this program? The main intention of this program is restoring the ecosystem across the globe. Okay. So this program is operating by UNEP, United Nations Environment Program, and FAO. These two organizations are implementing this program. Now let's see. So why they identified this Terai region? Let's see. We are discussing about Terai Arc landscape. It spread across Nepal as well as India. Nepal's Terai Arc landscape, it recognized by UN recognition for ecosystem restoration. So this region is going to get a major boost from this program, and they are going to spend certain funds to restore the ecosystem in this area. It is a transboundary biodiversity hotspot launched in 2001. To conserve this Terai Arc landscape, main intention is to conserve critical habitat. This region is a critical habitat for various animals such as tigers, elephants, rhinos, and this covers the ecosystem of Terai as well as the Churia Hills. This particular ecosystem include rivers such as Bagmati River as well as Yamuna River in India, and it extends over 5 million hectares. This Terai Arc landscape, it is mainly aiming to create a range of space for tigers and reversing the ecosystem degradation which happened previously. And this program, it was launched in 2004. Which one? Terai Arc landscape. This initiative launched in 2004, whereas this biodiversity hotspot identified in 2001. And this landscape is very popular for Bengal tiger population as well. Next, regarding the UN World Restoration Flagship. I said earlier, this program is implementing by UNEP as well as FAO. This program commenced in 2022 as a part of what? UN Decade and Ecosystem Restoration. This main target of this UN World Restoration Flagship is about to restore ecosystem of around 1 billion hectares. To restore ecosystem of 1 billion hectares. That is the main objective. Okay. Next, we are going to discuss about IR related one. This is regarding the Baltic Sea. So the topic is about recently scientists, they accidentally discovered a Stone Age wall which is present below the Baltic Sea in Germany. It is believed to be the Europe's oldest mega structure. You know that Stone Age. This Stone Age, based on the time period, we can divide the Stone Age into Paleolithic, Mesolithic, and Neolithic. Now recently scientists, they accidentally discovered one of the Stone Age structure. Stone Age this structure is dated to the Stone Age. The structure discovered below the Baltic Sea. Here the Baltic Sea is mainly sharing boundary with Sweden, Finland, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, and countries like Germany. So these are the Baltic Sea boundary countries. Now let's see observations regarding this discovery. This wall, it stretched around a kilometer and it consists of around 1673 individual stones, and it is not a natural structure at all according to scientists. It is completely a man-made one, and this construction was made by the hunter-gatherers for hunting. It acted as a hunting lane according to the historians' observations. Stone Age divided into Paleolithic, Mesolithic, and Neolithic based on the development they achieved and based on the size of the stone tools they used. Okay, you know that as we move the time from Paleolithic to Neolithic, the size of the stone tool reduced and they were more refined and more polished as well. Okay, Baltic Sea already we discussed. It is one of the arm of the Atlantic Ocean, and following countries such as Denmark, Estonia, Finland, Germany, Latvia, Lithuania, Poland, Russia, Sweden and the North and Central European plain. So these are the bordering areas of the Baltic Sea. Next we are going to discuss about SNT topic. It is one of the private agencies moon lander. Where they are going to land? They are going to land on the South Pole and they are trying the soft landing. Nearly it is going to be the USA's moon landing after 50 years more or less. Okay, after the Apollo missions they had a gap of around 50 years. Now they are trying to go for this kind of soft landing. Apart from that, they are also trying for the human launch in the space, that is through Artemis mission. You know that last year they successfully launched Artemis 1 and they are going to test Artemis 2 and Artemis 3 as well. Now in this one we are trying to look at what is the name of this lander name and which private company is launching this one. Okay, you know that there is a very popular private space agency in America, that is the SpaceX. This privately built US moon lander name is Odysseus. This is from the SpaceX company and they are going to land near the South Pole. This is going to be the soft landing near the South Pole. You know that on the South Pole, India is the first country successfully landed on the South Pole through Chandrayaan 3. Previous attempts done by Israel, Japan and India, this USA. India attempted through Chandrayaan 2, we did not succeed. Through Chandrayaan 3, we did succeed. This mission also carried such an NASA payloads and is scheduled to be land on February 22 and it is going to be the first private lunar landing and it is further going to give boost for the NASA's Artemis program. It is going to be the human space mission, human moon landing mission. It is going to be the so far soft landing on moon irrespective of the South Pole or North Pole. Soft landing so far achieved by USA, former USSR, China, India and Japan. Okay. Next, the next one is regarding the species threat abatement and restoration metric. This is regarding what kind of measures to take to stop the species degradation and how to restore the species. Actually now we are going to discuss about this topic. This topic is mainly related to oceans. Okay, oceans. This program name is known as STAR. STAR stands for Species Threat Abatement and Restoration. That means various threats normally faced by various species. So we have to abate, we have to reduce those threats and we have to restore the species. That is about the STAR. Reducing the threat and restoring the species. Okay. Now this time they are going to mainly focus on the ocean because ocean species, they are facing mainly threats such as illegal fishing as well as the invasive species. Okay, this program is going to concentrate on those particular two issues and this is related to IUCN, International Union for Conservation of Nature. They introduced Species Threat Abatement and Restoration program to slow down the biodiversity loss in oceans. And the STAR metric, they uses data from the IUCN Red List so that they quantify the extinction risk of various species and based on that they will give priority. And this is going to be mainly concentrated on ocean this time. It was a land version, it was launched in 2021. In ocean mainly they are going to concentrate on the unsustainable fishing, managing the invasive species and addressing the climate change. So this is again in this video topic number 1 we discussed about the Convention on the Biodiversity 15, COP15 on biodiversity. This is related to that biodiversity framework. We discussed that COP15 biodiversity summit phase 1 it was happened in Kunming and phase 2 it was happened in Montreal. So these are the 7 topics in today's video. Yesterday's video question, Square Kilometer Array Observatory is, it is a intergovernmental organization dedicated to radio astronomy. That means C. Option C is the right answer. Next, let's see today's video questions. Question number 1, consider the following statements. In case of all cereals, pulses and oil seeds, if the MSP is unlimited in any state or not. Second statement, in the case of cereals and pulses, MSP is fixed in any state at a level to which the market price will never rise. Okay, choose the right one. Next question, biophenol A cause of concern, is a structural component in the manufacture of which of the following kinds of plastic? So it is a crucial, it plays crucial role in which plastic? Next question is section 125 of the CRPC primarily deals with which of the following? Deals with which of the following? So these are the today's MCQ questions. As we reach to the end of this video, in this particular video, we discussed about these range of topics, and this is a detailed analysis regarding the current issues week number 30. I hope this video helped to you. Thanks for watching our channel. Have a great day. Jai Hind.